Hello, welcome to week 41 of Project 52, where we have challenged ourselves to produce 52 tracks in 1 year. Without further ado, let's get right into making this week's track. Thanks for joining in. Alright, new week, new track. We have 11 to go, I think, if my math is correct. As always, I'll first play you the idea that I have done so far for this week. I made this last week. If you're interested, today it's already Tuesday, so tomorrow the video has to be up. But it's fine. I had a lot of things to do with last week's release of Orbit. And by the way, if you haven't checked out the plugin yet, be sure to do so. I don't know, maybe I'll not leave a link in the description, but you can just Google Six Temple Orbit and you should find it. So yeah, the release was the reason that I didn't have a lot of time to produce, but last weekend I did manage to make some sort of idea and I think it's pretty cool. So I'll play you that first, then I'll quickly show you all the tracks that have gone into the project so far, and then we'll jump back into production. So here's my idea for week 41 of Project 52. I hope you enjoy. That came from me just playing on the piano. I didn't play this well, of course. I recorded something and then I just quantized everything and then went through all the notes one by one and manually adjusted some of them to make the playing a bit more organic sounding. But as for the elements in the track so far, let's start from the drums. So we have a basic kick drum, which is first just the low end in the first half. And then in the second, we introduce like a transient on top, so the full kick drum sounds like this. On top of that, we have a percussion, which acts like a snare, but I think it's a percussion of some sort. And we have a bit of distortion and also reverb to make it sound like this. Without these two, it's quite different. Then we have two layers of other percussion, and these are just like loops. The first one sounds like this. We have SSF doing some volume automation to make it very groovy and dynamic without the SSF. And then we have another layer which sounds like this. Alright, then we have two more layers of hi-hat. The first one sounds like this. These are both loops as well. I was kind of lazy. Oh my god, this has a lot of low end. Let's get rid of it. And then we have this one. Both of them together. And then we just have a crash with some delay. Onto the only bass that we have so far, it's from Analog Lab, and specifically it's from Pigments, of course. It sounds like this. And we have some pitch bending going on here. And then of course we have the two melodic elements. The first one is the piano, and in solo it sounds like this. Wait, that's the whole track. Okay, this is how the piano sounds like in solo. Then lastly we have this chord thingy with a sound from Pigments. Surprise, surprise. And it's kind of this granular sounding thing. I don't know how it's even made. I haven't even opened the patch. Oh, it's not actually using the granular engine. Oh wait, it is. Okay, so it's an electric piano ran through a granular engine, and it sounds like this. It sounds like there's some bit crushing as well, maybe. All right, those are all the elements so far. Let's jump straight back into the production and try to finish the idea and get us a ready track for me to start working on mixing and mastering wise, because we don't have a whole lot of time, but I'm sure we are able to do it. So let's go. The first thing I'm gonna do is maybe add a tiny bit more mids in this section here, because this kind of sounds like the chorus, and next up we might have like a verse. So if you look at the frequency spectrum, we could do with some more information in this range here. So maybe let's try to add one more layer to the piano, which doesn't push out as a sound on its own, but just add some of those frequencies in the background. Distortion a bit too much. Sorry, I'm now like fine tuning stuff which I shouldn't do, but I'll try to get this right in the first place and then I don't have to come back to it later. That's it, I think. You can barely like notice it in the background if you just like listen to both of them, but then when you take it out, it's like night and day. A bit more reverb, I think. And I'm also missing kind of a shaker for some reason for that part, so I think we should add one of those as well. And I want it to be like and not like do you know what I mean? Can we make it a bit wider maybe? Also need some effects, I think, but let's add those later and try to move on in actually writing the track. First note was already bad. That was pretty good. Too much chaos. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here, so I need to get some context from the previous points. I should listen to the full track more. It's so annoying when you work on something in isolation and then it's just like it doesn't make sense. I don't know what this is. Let's get rid of it. I'm also not sure about the thing that we did with the MIDI. A slightly better sound. So what we're gonna do next is just copy the drums and do something like this, or maybe just like half of that. Okay, then we need a filter. Continue this is actually pretty cool. I need some sort of arpeggio, so let's go for pigments and look for a preset and then use the sequencer here. Combine the pigments sequencer with SSF. Alright, my camera ran out of space on the SD card, so I had to reset everything, but we are in the same place where we left off, so let's continue. Okay, let's actually do this. So I'll copy this to the second stage, whatever you want to call it, and then I'll reset this one and use it as a normal low pass filter to kind of bring the sound in the first half, and then in the second we'll enable the rhythm pattern here. So we'll take the mix down on this one and first use only this one here. Let's try another preset. I'm not totally feeling this one as for like the vibe that I want to go for. power user of Analog Lab. Like, to be honest, I'm so stuck in my ways of always just opening up Analog Lab. But it's so much easier. Like, I love using presets because of the workflow. Like, if you were to make your own sounds every time, you would get stuck in small details. Maybe that's just a sign that I'm not a good sound designer, and that's probably the case, but still, I love Analog Lab. Should we change how... Wait, can I do this? I can. That's amazing. I need to do one thing at least here, because I want to add some sort of triangle type hit for every fourth snare. What this? Yeah, that's the one. About that, but we'll go with it anyway, and then we could have some sort of outro. That's good. Okay, then some ride or something. Can I add one more layer? Is that allowed? I'll do it. And do you know which plugin I will use for the sound? It's the same one. Alright, so this is going to be something very bright, because I think this is the high point of the track, and then we're just going to have an outro and that's it. Much better than the previous one, so let's use this one. I think this transition here is so good, and I don't know why, but it just works. Should we add like a clap, or would that be too much? Let's try it. Why not? Abrupt ending like this. Alright, I think there's quite a bit of work in the mixing department, but I think that's fine. The overall arrangement is now pretty cool. We have these nice sections that flow nicely into each other, and also some cool ear candy here and there. So as for the arrangement, I think we can call it a day. I'll do the mixing tomorrow and also the mastering. And after that, I'll just record the track for you to listen at the end of this video. But I think that's enough production for the video. I think we were kind of successful. I'm not totally happy with all the sections, and I think I could have done better with some more time, but it's fine. We still finished the track as we try to do every week, and that's the main goal. So in that we did succeed, which is pretty good. And I also think that the track is gonna grow on me once I get a little bit time of it. Like tomorrow it might sound a lot better than it does today, because you're just getting tired of the track when you are working on it. So usually that's the case after every week, that I'm kind of disappointed once I finish the production, and then when I release the video and have a listen to the track, I usually am pretty proud of the results. I hope it's the case for this week as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please press the like button below. And also if you would like to see the future videos, the 11 that is left in this project, and also all the future videos that I'm going to be releasing about my plugins, new plugins, old plugins, updates, and all that stuff. Be sure to be subscribed as well. If you'd like to join Project 52 and produce the rest of this year's track with me, you can join the Sixth Temple Discord server from the link down in the description. And on the server we have a Project 52 text channel where each week we share the tracks that we've made in the past week and give feedback to others, which has been super fun so far. So if you'd like to join, we would love to see you there. That's it for this week's video. Here is the track that I will be finishing tomorrow. I hope you enjoy. Please let me know in the comments if you did or if you didn't. I would love to hear your feedback. And I also hope to see you next week for week 42 of Project 52, when we do the 42nd track of this year. No idea how it's going to turn out. I don't have any ideas yet. I'll just start playing around in Ableton again and see what we can come up with. So join me then. Have a good one. Bye bye.